It's St. Patty's Day. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Deb has a kind of a green sweater on.
No, it's gray.
You have blue.
That's green.
No,
Green.
that's awkward.
I have
No,
clearly
it's
blue.
green.
80% of people today will wear green.
I meant to. I
But
forgot.
a quick check of Deb, she's a
I put this
no.
on purpose.
Jim, that's green?
It's the greenest thing I got.
That's aqua.
No, get
All
a little
right,
closer.
and
here.
I'm a no. So there we go.
I
No?
have a lot of green. We're Westfield High School. I don't know why I didn't wear green.
Yeah, and you're the Shamrocks, too.
I know.
Kid.
Could have just worn a
You
T-shirt.
could have
and-
logos.
I know.
That's just lazy. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah. I couldn't find any of my cathedral stuff, which is the Irish.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have no excuse either.
Well, it doesn't quite fit the way it used
working
to
with
when I
some
was a
lazy
kid.
people
wear
today.
a midriff.
Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day to you here. It's going to be kind of a rainy already. What's the matter?
A midriff? Now, go on, just go on.
Well,
Don't ignore
40
us over here, Jim.
47
You do your
degrees right
thing.
now. 47, got a little rain. The country station 95.5 WFAMS. 95.5 WFAMS. Jim, Deb, and Kevin on the St. Patrick's Day. Of course, the March Madness underway.
Yeah, it is. And some brackets are busted.
Happens every year, doesn't it?
Number 13, Furman, beat number 4, Virginia.
How about that, huh?
So a 13 beat a 4. And then number 15, Princeton, the Ivy League school, beat Arizona number 2. So in that case, the number 15 beat a number 2.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people had those teams, the 4 and the 2 team, Virginia and Arizona, advancing much further than the first game.
Yeah.
So they're out.
Yeah.
So
I can't stand to see the seniors crying. It
I
just
know.
kills me.
Right.
I know.
Even
But-
the cheerleaders who are seniors, and they're bawling, mascaras everywhere.
You know what, though? When it's all said and done, there's only going to be one team that'll be happy.
Wow,
That's the national champion.
Should I write
Well,
that down?
if you make it to the national championship,
Well,
one of the two,
I
wouldn't
agree.
you be happy?
But
Say that again. I want to write that down.
Yeah, it was
Say that
really
again.
profound.
Elated. Only one team
Uh-huh.
will be happy.
Did you work on
totally
that all
happy.
night, Jim? Or?
I've used that for years.
Okay.
'Cause I was always,
Wow.
I was always the loser. And
Yeah.
Never been quite happy.
So my bracket technically is still alive, but I did have Arizona going a little further than the first game. So I
Yeah.
got a little problem
I
there.
can't remember what I put, so I'm sure I had Arizona. Too,
You
'cause
probably did
it
like
makes it-
random picks, didn't you?
Well, kind of. Yeah.
Really? No, either you did or you didn't.
Yes,
Well,
I did.
bigger. How are you doing in your poll?
I was doing pretty decent last night. Yeah.
All right. We'll find
I
out.
thought. I got to check it. I went to check it
go-
again this morning. It was just spinning. I couldn't get logged
that's
in.
the magic of the madness, though.
Yeah.
What?
Is the little small
It's
David
also-
beating the Goliath.
It's also a time waster. I did nothing yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, it's good for the soul.
It's all right. It's a Friday, and it's St. Patrick's Day. It makes it
Yeah.
all right. Jim, Deb, and Kevin, thank you so much for making us a part of your morning.
Yes, thank you for making us part of your morning and for sending a message that just warmed my heart. This is from Kendra.
Yeah.
And Kevin had posted a version of the Friday song from a couple of weeks ago.
Because Jim was off last week, so
Yeah.
we didn't have the Friday songs. It's been a couple of weeks since.
By the
Yeah.
way, you were off last week, and someone said, "Why'd you stop doing it?" And like,
Oh.
we didn't stop. He's just not here.
wasn't here.
You don't want us singing the Friday song. But Kendra wrote in and said, "I have a son that turns 3 in a week. Turns 3 on Monday, actually."
Oh, yeah?
She says this evening we were singing lullabies before bed, and he requested the Friday song.
No.
Yes. Apparently, I don't sing it as good as Jim because he wanted Alexa to play it for him. Alexa, play the Friday song. I love that. Luckily, I found this one, and she said she found the one on Facebook that Kevin had posted, and it made his whole night. He passed out almost immediately afterwards. So then, of course, I asked if we could share his name and wish him a happy birthday. And his name's Braden.
Hey, Braden.
Again, turns 3 on Monday. And then Kendra also followed up with he just loves that Friday song. And I didn't realize how much until he had requested it as his lullaby before
Oh,
bed.
what the-
She said that night we sang the chorus probably a half a dozen times.
See,
Is
Jimmy,
that right? Yeah.
you are number one among 3-year-olds.
I am, right. I never thought that as a lullaby, but hey, if it works for Brayton, that's great.
I wouldn't think it would
Absolutely.
lull someone to sleep. But,
Right.
yeah, right. If it's
Yeah.
working, keep
Now,
at it.
you're back in
Yeah.
good voice. I'm assuming that in a few minutes you're going to be singing.
We'll do the Friday song.
Okay.
Then, yeah, coming up here just a little bit. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Thank you.
so sweet.
That's
So,
very
yeah, we want to
sweet,
wish
yeah.
happy birthday to Braden.
Happy birthday,
Big
Braden.
3 years old.
Get ready to
love
sing
those.
along.
Yeah.
Here a little bit. Here,
You know,
Brayton.
Deb, you and I do sing on it too. Maybe Braden is a big fan of
is?
our singing as well.
She didn't mention us.
Yeah, she didn't, did
No.
she?
Friday morning, St. Patrick's Day. Good morning. You're with Jim, Deb, and Kevin on WFMS. Luke Combs coming to town here, not too far off, too. It's April the 1st, along with Riley Green and Lainey Wilson. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Luke Combs, superstar, and, well, if there's any bad things about being very famous.
I would say like the inconveniences that it causes other people in my life that are not famous, right? So like I signed up for this job, so whatever comes with it, in my opinion, don't really have the right to gripe about too much, because it's not like I'm forced to be doing this, right? But, like, for example, let's say you're my best friend from high school and you invited me to your birthday dinner, and then it quickly becomes about me instead of about you.
You know how kind that
You know what I
is?
mean? So it's like that is the part that I don't really like, because it's not something that I intend to happen or want to happen, but it's like an unfortunate byproduct.
Wow, that's, I remember when he told us that, too.
Yeah.
I thought, that's profound when you think about it.
Very
'cause-
profound.
Well, it's
Yeah.
very selfless, you
Yeah.
know, because you go there and people, could get caught up in the fact that, I'm getting all this attention, but
Right.
then he instantly feels bad about the fact that it takes the attention away from his friend.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bob. Oh, is that
Yeah.
Luke Combs?
Right. Well, you know
those
what? I
deals.
wonder if after a while, do people be like, I'm not inviting them because it becomes this big hoop-de-doo.
And not to take anything away from Luke, because he's exactly right. But I think country music stars in general are a lot like that. I think they are a humble group
I
of
agree.
people.
Yeah.
Remember when Darius Rucker came over?
He was shocked that he was able to visit with all of us.
He said, I can't believe people are friends in this format. And I said, I don't
Yeah.
understand. What did you come from? What was it over there? And he said, we don't do this. We don't network over in the pop format. Or
He said, I love this.
He
This
goes,
is
you guys
great."
are like become friends
A
with
big
the
family.
artists, and we're a
Yeah.
big family. And he said, I love this in country music. It was just interesting to hear that
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
95.5 WFMS. It's a Friday with Jim,
Oh,
Deb, and
here
Kevin.
we go.
St. Patrick's Day, too, so let's gather around the radio and sing the old Friday song and kick off the weekend. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, yes, it's true. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday for me and you. Well, Kevin loves St. Patrick's Day. It's his favorite time of year. He says, I already look like a leprechaun. I just add a cold green beer.
That's it.
It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, yes, it's true. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday for me and you. Well, today, Deb's one-pot meal is different, so I'm told.
It is.
It's got a touch of the Irish. It's Deb's one pot of gold.
Oh, come on.
Where is
It's
it?
Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, yes, it's true. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday for me and you. Well, I too love St. Patrick's Day. I think it's really fine. Well, who wouldn't love a box of Franzia green wine?
They don't make it green.
It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday, yes, it's true. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. It's Friday for me and you. Oh, Friday. 95.5 WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin ready for a Friday version of Kevin's bad joke worth repeating.
All right, here we go. My wife wanted to go on vacation, but I wanted to staycation. So we compromised and had an altercation.
You're just a dork.
An altercation.
Yeah, but I'm your dork.
Lucky me.
Friday morning, St. Patrick's Day with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Kevin's got your Nash News Now. Luke Combs never thought he had a chance.
Yeah, details on that in about 30 seconds. Dash News Now sponsored by Lake City Bank. Tim McGraw sees the comparison between his new song, Standing Room Only, and Live Like You Were Dying. He says, yeah, they're kind of the same thing. He says they both talk about living life to their fullest and trying to be the best person you can be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you haven't heard the song yet, it's a killer song. It'll be a number one song. It's a typical Tim McGraw song.
Right.
Classically. Classic. That's a good word. Carrie Underwood still drives the Mustang that she won on American Idol in 2005.
Really?
I don't believe
No,
that.
she said, I love the car because it's such a pivotal point in my life, and it reminds me of that.
Well,
and I could see why
it's a
she
good
would
car.
still want to drive it.
Yeah.
It's a Mustang, too. How fun is that? And Luke Combs couldn't imagine himself being a country music star when he first moved to Nashville.
Really?
He couldn't because he said at that time, and this is true, at that time it seemed all male singers were 6'5" and had abs. And then Luke joked that I don't, so I didn't think I had a chance.
And wearing skinny jeans, remember that?
He kind of broke the mold of that,
Yeah,
though.
he
Though
did,
for a while,
yeah.
it was these 6'5" guys that were physically. I'm not saying he's not physically fit, but he looks like a normal guy.
Right, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I like the fact that people are focusing more on vocal talent because you're a singer,
That's right.
rather than it always be what you look like.
Yep.
It's a good
You know.
point, yeah. Yeah, so.
That's your Nash News Now.
Morning, 7:38 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin on this St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for joining us here. There are more and more companies that are doing this, and I don't think it's a bad idea at all, but they're allowing dogs in the office.
I like this idea.
They say it reduces stress, and that is true. When people, Nikki down the hall brings her dog in occasionally, and we'll come in here, hey, good boy, good girl, you know, whatever dogs they bring in here. And, you know, Deb and I have dogs. You've had lots of dogs, too.
Unfortunately, ours passed away. But
Right.
yeah, I would love that. It does reduce stress. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting at your workplace, and you know the dog comes up and lays by your feet, or wants a treat, or whatever. I would love that. I could see why they would do that. They said that's one reason is it reduces stress. The other reason they're trying to get people to go back to work, go back to the office.
You have to
And they're
bring your
saying-
dog just to do that?
Well, they're saying, hey, because people are like, well, my dog's been used to me working from home for the last 3 years or whatever it is.
Come on.
And I'd have to get doggy daycare. Well, just bring the dog in. So I like the idea. I do.
I do, too, yeah, if everybody brought. I'd love to see Bella in here. Deb.
I like the idea because it does put people in a good mood, but it shouldn't be why you have to get people to come back to work. Like, it's your job. You know, that's at least that's how I feel about it. But yes, I do. When I walk home or go home, it puts me in a good mood. If I've had a bad day,
Yeah. Right.
if I'm upset, sometimes I've had tears on the couch, and she'll come up and lick my face.
Now, they did say that some companies said bring your pet in. Of course, they have to be, make sure they don't bite other dogs.
What
or
about the
whatever
whole
case is.
allergy thing? I mean, some
But
people
yeah,
are
there's
allergic.
issues with that. But they also said they chose dogs over cats because cats don't really care.
They're-
Yeah, they're just kind of like, they'll be over in the corner and not even care.
They're still tending to themselves.
Yeah, whatever.
Jump right up here on the board,
But a
go
dog,
walking along.
yeah.
You know, so,
I had one dog I couldn't have brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had and we had an employee here that was. She was really afraid of dogs,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
that's why
that's
we
good.
were like we were obviously accommodating to her and not bring any pets in.
It could be a fear for some people.
But if you don't have allergies
Yeah.
and you're not afraid of dogs and your company, I think it's a great idea.
I mean, really, mine's a tripping hazard because Bella's not moving. Like,
Yeah.
if she sees you coming, you
She's a-
step over her.
She's a four-legged rug. She just lay right there across you. Won't she?
She doesn't do a whole lot.
Well, that's good. Neither do I.
I think it's a good
So,
idea. We should do that.
95.5 WFMS. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, my
Thanksgiving.
goodness.
Where in the world did I go? Back
I don't
to?
know, but
Where
it has
have
to be the
you
biscuits
been?
and gravy.
Must be thinking of turkey.
And the turkey dressing and the stuffing.
Well, okay. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So go for the corned beef and the cabbage there. Deb's got the Daily Dirt. What was Ben Affleck saying?
Yeah, I cannot believe he's talking about this. But it was about the evening at the Grammys where he was caught on film, turned into a meme. People thought he was miserable. We'll share what he actually was saying to Jennifer Lopez in about 30 seconds. First, Kylie Jenner and her beau Travis Scott have filed to legally change their son's name to Air Webster. For the longest time, they didn't pick a name. Then they did pick a name, and now they're saying they regret naming him Wolf Jacques. Wolf Jacques. Because they think the new name is a better fit after they spent some time with him. Do you remember Clint Black did this?
Yeah, he waited a while.
that's
He and his
right.
wife wanted to spend time with their baby before, because they couldn't come up with a name,
Yeah.
before something maybe came to them. So we're going from Wolf
Tracy
Jacques
Bird.
to Air Webster.
Tracy Bird did that
the
too,
same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would think that once they're here, you already have a name picked. It'd be hard for me to change it.
Well, they're little. They don't know.
Well,
so.
I'm not saying they know. Thank you, Jim, for the obvious. Also, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, they're a couple who were let go from their positions for morning television, and anyways, they are aggressively now pitching their own television show, their own talk show. They said, "Hey, we've got something to offer." I would imagine there was some sort of a settlement because otherwise we'd have a huge lawsuit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we may see them back on morning television. A lot of people have been siding with them and saying, "Hey, what goes on behind closed doors is private. We don't need to know." Ben Affleck revealed what he and Jennifer Lopez were discussing at the Grammys when everyone thought they were fighting. He says, "Not the case. We were not fighting. What we were doing is," said he saw Trevor coming up, the host of the show, coming up and getting ready to set up where the next shot was going to be right by their table, and he didn't want to be on film. He said, "I'm a little private," so I leaned over to Jen and I said, "Hey, as soon as they start rolling, I'm going to slide away from you and I'm going to leave you sitting next to Trevor. I'm giving you a heads up." And she warned me and patted him on the chest, "You better not leave." And she said it was he said it was a husband and wife thing. We're just joking around.
Right.
At any rate, he also has come down on people for saying that he looked so unhappy, maybe he was drunk. He said, "I've been sober since 2020. And when you make comments like that, it actually can cause me to go backwards." And he said, "I need people to believe in me, and I'm
Right.
doing my best." So I kind of agree with, I think he doesn't look happy. People have actually called him Sad Fleck instead of Ben Affleck.
Yeah, a little gas or something. That kind of thing,
I don't think it was gas.
happens.
828. That's Deb's Daily Dirt, and it's sponsored by Mark Dietel Realty.